It may be one of the smaller continents, but what Europe lacks in size, it makes up for in variety. The options are seemingly endless, which is what makes planning a trip a challenge. So if you want to deal with this challenge easier, just click on subscribe button and see the video to the end. Zlatni Red Beach in Croatia is one of the most beautiful beaches in the Mediterranean, and thanks to its particular shape, it is also one of the most exceptional beaches in the world. Zlatni Red's elegance and appeal have made it the symbol of both the town of Bol and Croatia, and the government of Croatia protects it as a geomorphological monument. But it is not just its shape that makes it beautiful and unique. It is surrounded by the crystal clear sea that goes from turquoise blue to dark blue in just 10 to 20 meters, and it is bordered by decades-old pine trees planted by the locals to create some natural shade. The curiosity about this beach is that it changes its shape and position depending on the wind, tide, and the current, and sometimes the tip of the beach rotates so significantly that it forms a small pool. Usually, the mornings are windless, and the wind blows every afternoon, but one side of the beach always has calm water and offers perfect conditions for families with small children. Magically suspended between the blue sky and the iridescent colored sea, the Amalfi Coast seems to be born from the palette of a painter who wanted to use the warmer color gradients for creating a landscape that enchants the visitors at the first shot, giving thrilling experience and such evocative view to doubt for a moment it is real. Whether lounging on a beach, hiking in the hills, or sailing along its sun-kissed shores, the beauty of the Amalfi Coast is undeniable. Meteora Monasteries, the miracle of Greece. Few kilometers north of the town of Kalabaka, the impressive rocks of Meteora are rising from the plains of Thessaly, being one of the most amazing places in Greece. Many centuries ago, on these gigantic rocks, with the breathtaking landscape reaching heights of more than 600 meters, it was formed one of the most important monastic communities of Greece. The Greek word meteora means suspended in the air, and the phrase aptly describes these remarkable Greek Orthodox monasteries. Meteora is a great place to experience a spectacular landscape and Byzantine monasteries perched on the top steep rocks that house priceless artifacts and wall paintings. Home to grand castles, palaces, and historic villas, Sintra is a fabulous place to visit. Due to its spectacular scenery, it was here that generations of Portuguese royals erected extravagant edifices atop soaring hills and mountains. Beside the romantic architecture of the Sintra and Pena palaces, there are also lovingly landscaped gardens and luxury estates for visitors to explore, as well as the crumbling castle of the Moors. An island city, Venice was once the center of maritime republic. It was the greatest seaport in late medieval Europe and the continent's commercial and cultural link to Asia. Venice is unique environmentally, architecturally, and historically. It remains a major Italian port in the northern Adriatic Sea and is one of the world's oldest tourist and cultural centers. The visitor arriving in Venice is still transported into another world, one whose atmosphere and beauty remain incomparable. Transylvania is the largest region of Romania and probably the best known one. When you visit Transylvania, you dive into a mix of cultures, nature, and history. Transylvania is a diverse region. It is worth trying to observe the differences that exist within the region, both culturally and naturally. This region is a place with abundant history and multicultural convergence. All over Transylvania, the cohabitation of Romanians, Hungarians, Saxons, and Roma is the leading theme. Transylvania is rich in myth and misty medieval sites. There are about 100 castles and fortresses and about 7 fort-filled churches. Romania's greatest and best preserved castles and fortresses are to be found here. But for the more curious traveler, there are many small villages with old houses and fortified churches. As Transylvania is circled by the Carpathian Mountains, there are a lot of mountain, forests, and hiking or climbing possibilities. All over the Carpathians, there are great national parks. In the center of the Transylvania, there are green hills and rivers. Most big cities are very Western Europe-like, and the infrastructure is generally good, making it easy for travelers. The Faroe Islands is a remote moss-covered archipelago located in the North Atlantic Ocean. Thus, the only way of getting here is either by boat or plane. That little fact aside, as a travel destination, the Faroe Islands is known for wondrous mountains, spectacular wildlife, mystical natural surroundings, and a rich local community, which we strive to preserve for generations to come. Home to Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, the Louvre is considered the world's greatest art museum with an unparalleled connection of items covering the full spectrum of art through the ages. In 1546, Francis I, who was a great art collector, had this old castle razed and began to build on its site another royal residence, the Louvre, which was added to by almost every subsequent French monarch. There are plenty of good reasons to visit the Louvre, so many works of art to discover in this fabulous museum that used to be a palace. So plan your visit in advance to make the most of it. The Dolomites, also known as the Pale Mountains, are a mountain range in the northern Italian Alps covering an area that is shared by the provinces of Belluno, Bolzano, Trento, Udine, and Prodanon, if my pronunciation was right. The 9 components of the Dolomites World Heritage Property protect a series of highly distinctive mountain landscapes that are of exceptional natural beauty. Their dramatic vertical and pale-colored peaks in a variety of distinctive sculptural forms is extraordinary in a global context. The geographic extension, however, is not simply based on complex and unusual geological elements. It also finds its roots in tradition and in the pages of history, which more or less coincide with the widespread idea of the Dolomites that people have today. The Colosseum is an oval amphitheater in the center of the city of Rome, Italy, just east of the Roman Forum. It is the largest ancient amphitheater ever built and is still the largest standing amphitheater in the world today, despite its age. Although substantially ruined by earthquakes and stone robbers taking spolia, the Colosseum is still an iconic symbol of imperial Rome and was listed as one of the new 7 wonders of the world. It is one of the Rome's most popular tourist attractions and also has links to the Roman Catholic Church, as each Good Friday the Pope leads a Way of the Cross procession that starts in the area around the Colosseum.